Home Acres. Today we want to talk about a project as a family that we worked on that we're really proud of. So here's our pond. You can see it down there in the middle right hand side of the screen. And we've just had quite a bit of rain over the last week, which has been a huge blessing. Enough where our pond is not only full, but it's overflowing. And we've had some pretty good downpours in the last 2 days. And the pond's not only overspilled on its primary spillway, it's also overflowed on the secondary spillway. But I guess as a family, one of the things that we want to talk about, which makes us so proud on our homestead to work on things, is when you look right over in here, this whole hillside, it used to not be that green. And we'll walk up to it and show, but that hillside used to have a lot of surface rock on it. There's still probably plenty of rock underneath it, but that surface rock didn't allow it to green up and actually the whole hillside be green. So we actually as a family moved, I don't even know how many wheelbarrows, probably 70, 80 wheelbarrowfuls of rock off of there. And I'm not just talking, partial filled wheelbarrows. These were wheelbarrows that Dad had to push, and I lost a couple of them, and a couple ended up spilling over, so they were full. And we also brought the trailer down here a few times, just a little 5x10 trailer, and probably filled it half full. And it's just amazing when you remove all that surface rock, what happens. It's not only great for filling up spillways, which we'll talk about here in a minute, but it's also, look how much it's improved our pasture ground. So now our number of acres that we require for our animals goes down and allows us to still graze more animals, because we're not getting any more property. We're pretty well landlocked here, but it's a great opportunity for us to improve the property that we have so we can improve the number of animals. I'll shut it off now and we'll walk to the next areas, and I'll show you what we did with those rocks. So this when this really fills, as far as our neighbor property and our property really fills, gets a lot of rain, the water actually cascades through the top, and you can see down in here there's a little bit of flowing water, and it comes down. You see the rocks that we started filling in, and right in here we still have more to fill in, but you can look and see all the rocks that we filled going into our pond. I mean, it's just a larger amount. It used to be completely kind of a ditch there, and now you can see that it's covered up, and you can see the water through all the rocks in the ground that's actually transferring now into our pond. So it's offering another good media for filtering, plus it's ensuring that all of our mud and dirt that we have doesn't just go ahead and transfer into our pond. So it's a big thing from erosion getting into our pond, which could potentially silt the pond over. And here's another little closer shot. You can see all the surface rock. I mean, we still have some to pull out, but when you start looking up the hill, look how nice that looks. So like I said, I'm just so proud of our family. We've worked on it for the last couple of winters, and I'll post a video link in there as far as showing kind of our initial start on this. Kids were a little bit littler, but just a huge accomplishment, and they come out here now in the pasture and you can just see how excited they are. And then right over here, just to digress for a second, we've got a little tulip poplar, and you look down in there, there's a couple little leaves starting on the bottom. So there's one of them in our pasture, and we're putting it to the inlet of our pond. So this is the opposite side of the pond. So we were just over there talking about the water coming in. Now this is our primary overflow. Got a few railroad ties set here to actually build the level up. See a few logs and stuff on there. You can see the water, I imagine what's going into the pond right now is what's coming out. See a little stream flowing down. We've got a secondary, I guess just a little mini pond here that usually some willow trees grow in. It's normally a great area to catch minnows, and then the bullfrogs and the toads love this for a great little breeding ground. And here's the other area that we worked on. Look and see, all these rocks that we put in this spillway. And you can see we didn't put them all the way down, but what we're finding is as we get these real big rains, some of these rocks that were all up in here now got pushed a little further down and a little further. So all we're going to do is we'll go further back on our property. Now we got to go back into this spot now, and we've got more surface rock that's going to hit us up here. So all we're going to do is continue to take that surface rock and we will bring it and just drop it right down here. And our plan is to let Mother Nature do the dangerous work, because we really don't want to take a wheelbarrow down that hill, take a chance of slipping and falling. And we're planning on Mother Nature just over the years just filling this whole little stream for us. It's going to be a great opportunity for us to get rid of our rock and then minimize any further erosion on our property, because a couple years ago this was just solid dirt, and I guarantee it was just, if we wouldn't have done what we did, this would be 2 to 3 times as wide. And this little area here, before we did this, this used to be all level. It's been cut down about a foot, foot and a half. So now all we've done is put these rocks over the top, and it just creates a good little ripple effect. And these rocks now have been in place for, I think, about a year, maybe a year and a half, and they don't go anywhere. I mean, and we haven't lost any more dirt over here from an erosion standpoint. We still have lost a little bit more dirt down here, especially where you can see a little bit in that area. But overall, feeling really good about the improvements that we made. And now I'll go show you what we did over on the secondary spillway. I don't know if you can see down in there, but that big swirling, that was one of our big koi fish we've got. Anyway, not to digress, but it's just nice to see him. So you can see where this secondary spillway has come over, and you can see the debris from the actual pond that was coming. And we did a lot of work here with grass seed. So we put down some different grass seeds, and in this specific area we actually found some mint. Mint used to grow in this area beforehand. What we did was we actually cut out most of the mint, put some Bermuda grass, which you can see some of the Bermuda is still hanging on. And we filled in this whole area. This used to be completely eroded out and washed out all the way down to about that rock. So we put in some dirt, a little bit of dirt, and then we put in some rock, and then we put in some more dirt. And then you can see the remnants of all the rock additional that we put in here. And then we filled in rock all the way over here, because sometimes the water will come in like this and either go this way, or if it's real heavy, it actually goes down in there and kind of washes around this little tree. So again, this is an area that we'll be dumping more rock on, because if you look down in there further, again, we don't want to we'll let Mother Nature take the chance of moving the rock for us, but we're going to we'll fill in all this area here with rock too, by just simply dumping more rock into here. And as it spills over, it'll pull it down there. So just wanted to share that with you. You know, it's something here on the homestead. When you look at a big project, you're wondering how you're going to tackle it. We thought we were going to have to rent equipment and do things as far as to bring in rock. But when we looked around our homestead, we saw what we needed to do. Found a great way to improve our pasture, great way to improve both our actually our inlet and our spillways. It's just been a great little accomplishment here on the homestead. So when you've got big projects, get your whole family behind you. I promise you can do them with a whole lot less cost. Maybe even have a little fun along the way. I'm going to try to walk up on this koi fish. It's another really big koi that we've got here on the, see it down there? There it goes. So we've got several of those in our pond. Boy, I tell you, they're pretty. So we appreciate you watching. Please subscribe and share with others. Shalom.